Have you ever found yourself standing in the kitchen in the middle of the night, wondering how you got there? Not because you were hungry, but because your body woke you up. Again, that bone-deep fatigue you feel the next day isn't just a sign of getting older. It's a silent alarm, a quiet struggle so many of us face. It's the feeling that your own body is working against you, chipping away at your energy and your peace of mind, all because of something you might be doing every single day without a second thought. This constant interruption to your sleep, this drain on your vitality, it might be tied directly to a small gland most men prefer not to talk about, the prostate. But what if I told you that reclaiming your nights, your energy, and your quality of life isn't about some complicated procedure or a handful of pills? It's about understanding and gently correcting a few simple habits. So if you've been feeling that frustrating lack of deep, restorative sleep, stick with me. This might just change everything for you. Let's start with the most common mistake I see, one that feels completely logical, but is actually working against you. It's the habit of drinking less water, especially in the evening, thinking it'll save you those trips to the bathroom. I had a patient, a wonderful gentleman named Arthur, who was so proud he could go half a day on a single cup of coffee. He thought he was mastering his bladder, but what he was really doing was setting the stage for irritation. This is a crucial first step in understanding how to support your long-term health. Here's the thing your body wishes you knew. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes highly concentrated. Think of it like a very strong, acidic cleaning solution. Instead of gently flushing your system, this concentrated urine irritates the delicate lining of your bladder. And because your prostate sits right below your bladder, like a small walnut in a sensitive spot, that irritation is shared. This chronic, low-grade irritation is a primary driver of inflammation, which is a key factor in the prostate growing larger and causing those very symptoms you're trying to avoid. True healthy aging depends on hydration. So, what's the secret? It's not about chugging a gallon of water before bed. The solution is much gentler. Start your day with a nice big glass of water, and then keep a bottle with you, taking small, consistent sips throughout the day. Your goal should be to have your urine be a pale, straw-like yellow. This simple change, this one healthy habit, does more than just soothe your prostate. It boosts your energy, helps your active mind stay clear, and supports your entire body's well-being, paving the way for greater independence for years to come. Now, let's talk about your favorite armchair. You know the one. It's been your faithful companion through countless books, news programs, and conversations. But after a certain age, that comfortable chair can become a bit of a trap for your health. Spending hours and hours sitting, whether you're working, reading, or watching TV, creates constant pressure on your pelvic region. This is something many seniors experience without ever realizing the impact it's having on their circulation, and specifically on their prostate health. Imagine a garden hose with a slight, persistent kink in it. The water can still get through, but not as freely. That's what happens to the blood flow in your pelvis when you sit for too long. This reduced circulation means less oxygen, and fewer nutrients are getting to your prostate, and waste products aren't being removed as efficiently. This environment can lead to inflammation and contribute to the gland's enlargement. It's a subtle process, but over time, it seriously undermines your quality of life and your body's ability to maintain itself, which is the cornerstone of healthy aging. The fix for this is wonderfully simple and doesn't require a gym membership. Just follow the 30-minute rule. For every 30 minutes you're sitting, get up and move for just 2 or 3 minutes. Walk to the kitchen for a glass of water. Now you're tackling 2 habits at once. Stretch a little. Walk around the living room. This simple act of changing your position relieves the pressure, gets your blood moving, and keeps your pelvic muscles from getting weak. It's a small investment in your mobility and independence that pays huge dividends for your longevity. All right, let's talk about that sacred morning ritual, the cup of coffee. I get it. That rich aroma, that first warm sip. It's a comfort, a routine that helps start the day. But when one cup turns into 3 or 4 spread throughout the day, it can become a real antagonist to a sensitive prostate. Caffeine is a double-edged sword for seniors. It's a diuretic, which means it makes your kidneys produce more urine, filling your bladder faster and more frequently. This alone can increase that sense of urgency we all want to avoid. But that's not all. Caffeine also acts as a mild irritant and a muscle contractor. It can make the muscles in and around your bladder and prostate a bit twitchy and tense. For a man who already has an enlarged prostate, this is like adding fuel to a fire. The increased bladder activity and the tension in the smooth muscles of the prostate can worsen that feeling of not being able to empty completely. It's a frustrating cycle that can disrupt your entire day and steal your sense of calm and happiness. You don't necessarily have to say goodbye to your beloved coffee forever. The key here, as with so many things in life, is moderation. Try to enjoy one good, high-quality cup in the morning, and then switch to other options. There are wonderful decaffeinated coffees available now, or you could explore the world of herbal teas. Peppermint or chamomile can be incredibly soothing. Making this small adjustment in your daily nutrition can lead to a significant improvement in your urinary symptoms and overall well-being. Now for a topic that hits close to home for many of us who love flavorful food: spices and processed meals. Our modern lives are built on convenience, and often that means meals that come from a box, a bag, or a can. These foods, along with heavily spiced dishes, can be a hidden source of trouble for our prostate health. While a little bit of spice adds excitement to our nutrition, an excess of things like black pepper or hot sauces can contribute to systemic inflammation throughout your body. Think of inflammation as a low-level, simmering fire inside you. Your body is constantly working to put it out. But processed foods, full of preservatives, high levels of sodium, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients, are like throwing kindling on that fire. These ingredients can disrupt your hormonal balance, which is intimately linked to prostate size, and they place an extra burden on your system. This isn't just about your prostate. It's about your overall health, your energy levels, and your ability to age with vitality and grace. The solution is to get back to basics, to eat food that your great-grandparents would recognize. Prioritize fresh, whole foods. Think colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins like fish and chicken, and healthy fats from nuts and avocados. A diet rich in these natural anti-inflammatory foods supports not just your prostate, but your heart health, your brain function, and your active mind. Making conscious choices about your nutrition is one of the most powerful tools you have for maintaining your independence and happiness. Let's discuss something we've all done. You're in the middle of a great movie, driving on the highway with no rest stop in sight, or deep in a project in the garden. You feel the urge to go, but you decide to hold it. Pushing it off for just a little while longer seems harmless, right? But when this becomes a regular habit, you're putting your bladder and prostate under a type of stress they were never designed to handle. It's a common behavior that can have surprisingly serious consequences for seniors. By the way, if any of this is making sense so far, or if you've found yourself nodding along, do me a favor and give this video a quick like. It's a small thing, but it truly helps me understand what's resonating with you and allows me to keep creating this content to support our community's health and well-being. When you regularly hold your urine, you're forcing your bladder to stretch beyond its normal capacity, like overinflating a balloon. This constant stretching can, over time, weaken the bladder muscle, making it harder to empty completely when you finally do go. That leftover, stagnant urine in the bladder becomes a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, which can lead to infections. These infections can then inflame the nearby prostate, contributing to its growth and worsening your symptoms. More directly, that overfull bladder puts direct physical pressure on the prostate itself. Remember how closely they sit together? When one is under stress, the other feels it immediately. This constant pressure can cause irritation and swelling in the prostatic tissue. The solution is simple in principle, but requires mindfulness. Listen to your body. When you feel that first signal, that gentle nudge, respect it. Make it a healthy habit to excuse yourself and go. This act of self-care is a powerful vote for your long-term comfort and independence. This next habit is a tough one, but we have to talk about it with honesty and compassion. Smoking. Even if you don't smoke yourself, regularly being around secondhand smoke can be just as detrimental to your health, especially your delicate circulatory system. The hundreds of toxic chemicals in cigarette smoke are a direct assault on the lining of your blood vessels, causing them to narrow and become less flexible. This impacts every single part of your body, but it's especially harmful to small, intricate glands like the prostate. Poor circulation means your prostate isn't getting the rich, oxygenated blood it needs to stay healthy and fight off inflammation. Furthermore, smoking massively increases what we call oxidative stress in the body. It's like causing your cells to rust from the inside out. This cellular damage is a major contributor to premature aging, chronic inflammation, and an increased risk of serious health issues. For seniors, whose bodies are already working hard to repair and maintain, this is a burden that can seriously compromise quality of life and longevity. If you are a smoker, please know that it's never too late to quit. I've worked with men in their 70s and 80s who decided to stop, and the improvements in their breathing, energy, and even their urinary symptoms were remarkable. Talk to your doctor. There are so many effective support systems available today. If you're a non-smoker, make it a priority to avoid smoky environments. This one decision, this one commitment to clean air, is a profound gift you give to your body and your future self, supporting a life of continued health and happiness. Here's a habit that's rooted in a very human tendency: avoidance. Specifically, avoiding the doctor's office. Many men, especially from a generation taught to be tough and not complain, will ignore symptoms and put off checkups until a problem becomes unbearable. They think, if I don't get it checked out, then it can't be bad news. But when it comes to prostate health, this mindset can be one of the most dangerous habits of all. The prostate often enlarges silently at first, without obvious signs. Regular checkups are not about looking for trouble. They are about being proactive, about being the captain of your own ship. A simple conversation with your doctor, along with routine screenings like a PSA blood test or a digital rectal exam, can catch issues when they are small and manageable. Finding a problem early on gives you a world of options, often involving simple changes to your diet, exercise, or other healthy habits, rather than more invasive treatments down the road. It's the key to preserving your long-term independence. Think of your doctor as a coach or a partner in your journey toward healthy aging. They're there to provide guidance, answer your questions, and help you navigate the years ahead with strength and confidence. Don't let fear or embarrassment keep you from taking care of the one body you have. Scheduling that annual checkup is one of the most powerful and intelligent habits a man can adopt for his well-being, ensuring a higher quality of life for many years to come. It's a true act of self-respect. Let's talk about what's on your dinner plate, specifically, the role of red meat. A good steak or a juicy burger can be a real pleasure, and I'm not here to say you have to give it up entirely. But if red and processed meats, like bacon, sausage, and deli meats, are showing up on your plate almost every day, it could be silently contributing to inflammation and affecting your prostate. It's a matter of balance in your nutrition, which is fundamental to healthy aging. Studies have consistently shown a link between high consumption of red meat and an increased risk of prostate issues. This is partly due to the high levels of saturated fat and certain compounds created during high heat cooking, which can promote inflammation throughout the body. Processed meats are often even more problematic due to the nitrates and other preservatives used to cure them. These substances can create hormonal imbalances that directly influence the growth of the prostate gland. The goal isn't deprivation, it's diversification. Try making red meat a once-in-a-while food rather than a daily staple. Designate a few days a week as meatless, or swap in healthier proteins. Fish, especially fatty fish like salmon, is packed with anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Chicken, beans, and lentils are also fantastic choices. This simple shift in your nutrition not only supports your prostate, but also benefits your heart and your overall longevity, keeping you vibrant and active. Now, let's have a frank chat about something many of us notice as we get older, that extra weight that tends to gather around the middle. That spare tire or belly fat isn't just a cosmetic issue or a sign that your pants are shrinking. In the world of medicine, we now understand that abdominal fat is biologically active. It's not just sitting there, it's functioning like an organ. And unfortunately, it's a factory that churns out inflammatory substances. These inflammatory chemicals, called cytokines, are released into your bloodstream and travel throughout your body, creating a state of chronic low-grade inflammation. Your prostate is not immune to this. This constant inflammatory state irritates the gland and is a major factor in its enlargement. Moreover, this excess fat can throw your hormones out of whack, converting testosterone into estrogen, a hormonal profile that is also linked to prostate growth. It's a direct challenge to your well-being. Losing that belly fat might seem like a monumental task, but even a small amount of weight loss can make a huge difference. You don't need a radical diet or a punishing exercise routine. Start with small, sustainable changes. Go for a brisk walk every day. Cut back on sugary drinks and snacks. Add more fiber and vegetables to your meals. Reducing your waistline is one of the most effective strategies for reducing prostate symptoms and improving your overall health, quality of life, and even your happiness. Finally, we arrive at the number one most overlooked, yet most powerful, influence on your prostate health: chronic stress. In our fast-paced world, we tend to wear stress like a badge of honor. We worry about finances, family, the future, and we internalize it. This constant state of mental and emotional pressure is a silent inflammer. When you're stressed, your body is flooded with hormones like cortisol, which are designed for short-term, fight-or-flight situations. When your body is marinating in these stress hormones day after day, it wreaks havoc. It fuels inflammation, suppresses your immune system, and, this is key, it causes a tightening of the muscles in your pelvic floor. This muscular tension can restrict blood flow to the prostate and directly irritate the nerves in that area, mimicking and worsening the symptoms of an enlarged prostate. It's a major barrier to achieving a state of true health and happiness. The good news is that you have the power to manage this. You can activate your body's relaxation response. This isn't some mystical concept. Simple practices like taking 5 minutes for deep, slow breathing can dramatically lower your stress hormones. Gentle stretching, listening to calming music, spending time in nature, or even just laughing with a good friend are all potent. Medicine. Managing your stress is not a luxury. It's a fundamental healthy habit for your longevity, your active mind, and your physical well-being. If you've made it this far with me, that tells me something incredibly important. It tells me you still care, deeply, about your health, your vitality, and your independence. It shows you haven't given up, and you're looking for ways to be an active participant in your own well-being. So don't feel overwhelmed by this list. Instead, feel empowered. You now hold the knowledge to make small, meaningful changes that can profoundly alter your quality of life for the better. I want you to make a promise to yourself, not to change everything overnight, but to pick just one thing from our conversation today. Just one. Maybe tomorrow, you'll make a point to drink an extra glass of water, or you'll get up from your chair every half hour, or you'll trade 1 cup of coffee for an herbal tea. That's it. One small, gentle step, because that's how lasting change is made, and your body will thank you for it. Before you go, do me one last favor. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love seeing how far this community stretches, and I might just feature your city in the next video. And please, make sure you subscribe and click that little notification bell. That way, you won't miss our next conversation, where we'll continue to explore simple, powerful tips to keep your mind sharp, your body strong, and your spirit wonderfully independent. Stay well.